Maurice Richard, legendary rivalries and historic matchups. Maurice Richard, known as the Rocket, was one of the greatest hockey players of all time. He played right wing for the Montreal Canadiens from 1942 to 1960 and was a key player in the team's success during that time. Richard's career was marked by numerous legendary rivalries and historic matchups that cemented his legacy as one of the sport's all-time greats. One of Richard's most famous rivalries was with Gordie Howe, who was known as Mr. Hockey. The two players were fierce competitors on the ice, and their matchups were always highly anticipated. Richard and Howe faced off numerous times during their careers, creating some of the most memorable moments in hockey history. One of the most iconic matchups between Richard and Howe took place during the 1950 Stanley Cup playoffs. The Canadiens faced off against the Detroit Red Wings in the semifinals, with Richard and Howe going head-to-head in a battle for the ages. The series was hard-fought and physical, with both players giving it their all to lead their respective teams to victory. Richard's rivalry with Howe was not the only one that defined his career. He also had a fierce rivalry with Maurice "the Rocket" Richard, who was known as the Golden Jet. The two players were both known for their speed, skill, and goal-scoring ability, making their matchups must-watch for hockey fans. One of the most famous matchups between Richard and Howe took place during the 1960 Stanley Cup Finals, when the Canadiens faced off against the Chicago Blackhawks. Richard and Howe went head-to-head in a dramatic showdown that captivated fans across the country. In the end, Richard's Canadiens emerged victorious, winning the Stanley Cup for the fifth time in his career. Richard's legendary rivalries and historic matchups cemented his legacy as one of the greatest players in hockey history. His fierce competitiveness, skill, and determination on the ice set him apart from his peers and made him a true legend of the sport. Richard's impact on the game can still be felt today, as his legacy continues to inspire a new generation of hockey players to strive for greatness. In conclusion, Maurice Richard's legendary rivalries and historic matchups are a testament to his greatness as a hockey player. His matchups with players like Gordie Howe and Bobby Hull are still talked about today, showcasing the impact he had on the sport. Richard's legacy will continue to live on as one of the greatest players to ever lace up a pair of skates.